Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, you guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history. And in this video, you know what we're talking about today, guys. We have to talk about LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James, who's a top 10 player in the NBA. According to Kane and Jeff Smith, he's a top 2 player in the NBA. Lose last night. I mean, they get blown out once again. The Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James, right? He's the best player in the team. He's the leader of the team. They get blown out by, 27 points last night by the Phoenix Suns. And once again, guys, it's the second half of a game that destroys the Lakers. They had a 2-point deficit at halftime. I believe it was 62-60, and they ended up getting blown up by 27 points in the second half. We're going to talk about in this video. It's more the same for the Los Angeles Lakers and for LeBron James-led team, man. Where's the leadership from J.J. Redick and LeBron James, guys? We're going to talk about in this video. More of the same, guys. You guys know the deal, man. The Lakers play a quality team again and get blown out. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel, man. I want to send a special thanks out to Vernon Lee Warren. Once again, man, Vernon Lee Warren, you continue to humble me, man, with your continued support, man. Like I said, it means a lot. I don't ask you guys or solicit for money on this channel, man. That's not what it's about for me. And Vernon Lee Warren, man, you constantly come through with the super thanks, man. So much respect. Thank you. And I've told you guys, man, I don't care if you donate a cent. It don't matter what it is. It's your hard-earned money, man. I really appreciate it, man. And I want to send another special thanks out to my man CP. Once again, as usual, coming through with a super thanks. Another true subscriber, true supporter of my channel, man. So shout out to CP. Thank you for your continued support, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. Excuse me for a second, guys. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. We're going to keep the same energy for LeBron James and the corny LeBron James fans out there. You guys are in a no-win situation. I told you, in a lose-lose situation this year, man. Rooting for your boy LeBron James. Rooting for the Los Angeles Lakers to do anything this season. Because there's more of the same for the Lakers. And last night, they played the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. Once again, on the road, the Lakers don't show up. And they get blown out handedly by the Phoenix Suns. I believe the score is 127-100, guys. I mean, just blown out, completely blown out. And this is what I'm talking to you guys about this season. They keep promoting LeBron James as a top 10 player in the league still, right? Kane and Jeff Smith, like I always tell you guys, has LeBron James number 2 in the NBA currently. And I've told you guys, it's laughable at best to think that LeBron James is somehow one of the top players in the league, guys. It's insane for anyone to think that LeBron James is anywhere near a top 5 or a top 10 player. A guy who continues to not play any defense, and last night was more the same. LeBron James not playing any defense out there for the Los Angeles Lakers, not helping Anthony Davis one bit play any defense, not rebounding the ball worth a damn again from LeBron James. And more the same, LeBron James chugging up the most shots on the team, because this is what LeBron James does, man. He continues to shoot the ball at a high level, right? And like I said, hog the ball, dribble the ball, dominate the basketball still, more so than he should be. People might say that the Lakers are trying to incorporate the other players more. And yes, I've told you, Anthony Davis is the first year that he's taken more shots on average than LeBron James, the first year. So yes, they are trying to implement the other players more often. But LeBron James is still taking too many shots. He's still holding on to the ball too much. He's still dribbling the ball way too much. This guy is literally, once again, a ball hog. This LeBron James, he can never let other players shine and let them dominate the ball and dominate the game. Anthony Davis should have taken like 20-something shots last night. Who was he guarded by? Nurkic? They should have been feeding Anthony Davis all night long. This man should have had 23, 24, 25 shot attempts. Instead, he finished with like 16 or something like that, shot attempts. And I think LeBron James took 17. So once again, man, this is part of the problem for the Lakers. You have LeBron James out there playing 35, 40 minutes almost every single night. I've told you, you're not going to win any games consistently with LeBron James playing 35, 40 minutes. He's not playing any defense out there. My goodness. If we can see this as spectators, as fans of the sport, we can see this for years now, not all of a sudden. Why the hell can't anyone else see this? Why can't J.J. Redick see this and put this man on the bench and play like, yo, We're playing you 25 minutes. That's all you're getting, LeBron James. You get 25 minutes a night, and you better go out there and hustle for those 25 minutes, man. I want to see you playing hellified defense. And you don't have to make an all-defensive team. You must at least give the effort. You're not even giving the effort to qualify for an all-defensive team or to even qualify as being a solid defensive player in the NBA. In this week era of NBA, it ain't much. It don't take much to be a solid defensive player, guys, in this week era. Who you being compared to? The great defenders are guys like Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Marcus Smart. These are the top defensive players, right? OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes. These are the top defensive guys of this era. Victor Wembanyama. These aren't legendary defenders, guys. These are not them. So once again, it shouldn't be that hard to be qualified or to be in a conversation for an all-defensive team or to be recognized as a solid defensive player. Even this late in your career, he can't do it. At least Michael Jordan played defense. He was aware, right? He was awake on D. He was present on defense. He gave the effort, which is more important. He gave the effort out there consistently, Michael Jordan, at 39, at 40 years old. So it wasn't Michael Jordan just out there playing 37 minutes a game at 40 years old, just taking a bunch of shots and not doing anything else. The man was out there giving the effort on both sides of the ball. Was the impact the same as it was when he was in his peak years? No, he didn't have the same impact, but the effort was there nonetheless. The effort was consistent. Maybe the impact wasn't. And that's what we respected about Michael Jordan at that point in time of his career. That's why I always tell you guys, Michael Jordan held the standard. He lived up to his standard. No, he didn't lead the league in scoring. He didn't win any championships or win an MVP award. He didn't make the all-defensive team. But I told you guys, Michael Jordan was voted. He had votes. He was in the voting for the all-defensive team. And as a matter of fact, I told you, a couple of those years, he was a couple of players away from making an all-defensive team at that age. He was in the voting for all-defensive team. He actually got votes for an all-defensive team. LeBron James ain't sniffing this stuff. In this week era, that was when Michael Jordan playing in the early 2000s, when you actually had guys playing defense back then. Now, not so much. And the Lakers get blown out again. Once again, they give 127 points to the Phoenix Suns, who I believe were on a 5-game losing streak coming into this game. A 5-game losing streak. Kevin Durant was out. Now Kevin Durant came back. Bradley Beal came back. The Lakers play against a quality team and get blown out. But according to ESPN and guys like Kane and Jeff Smith, you have a LeBron James who's a top 3 player still. ESPN says he's a top 10 player. And then you have an Anthony Davis who's a top 15 player according to ESPN and other people. So you have 2 top 15 players. The Phoenix Suns have Kevin Durant, and that's it, man. Devin Booker is not that dude, man. I've never been a believer or a fan of Devin Booker. Man, that's no knock on him, man. He's just not that guy. See, in this era, Devin Booker looks great. He's one of the top shooting guards, of the 2020s. In the 90s or the 80s, guys, he wouldn't be nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. I'm just giving you the facts here, man. Devin Booker's not better than a lot of those other shooting guards, man. I'm not putting him up there with Reggie Miller or Michael Jordan or Clyde Drexler. I'm not putting him up there with these guys. Or Mitch Richmond, right? Some of the shooting guards that played in the 90s, man. Joe Dumars. I'm not putting him up there with these guys, man. Those guys were just greater overall players. Overall. Not saying they could shoot the ball better than Devin Booker or they were, could score, like that. But once again, in this era, Devin Booker put some points up, but he's very inconsistent, Devin Booker. One game he'll score 60, the next game he'll score 15. This is what he does. And last night he destroyed them, the Lakers. In the second half, I believe he scored like 18 points in the second half, Devin Booker, something like that. Once again, it was the second half that destroyed the Lakers. I did not see the first half, but once again, I tuned in for some of that third quarter. This is my thing now. I'm going to start watching the third quarter of the Laker games. And the reason why I like watching the second half of some of these games with some of these players is because this will show your leadership, having your team ready to go coming out of the tunnel. A lot of all-time great teams, they were known for coming out of halftime in that third quarter and jumping on teams. I remember the Chicago Bulls of the 90s, guys. The third quarter, they would come out in the third quarter and just jump on teams. They would be putting teams away sometimes in the third quarter. Just build a lead up so much so that the fourth quarter, Michael Jordan's not even playing. They're resting the starters in the fourth quarter because they destroyed these guys coming out of the halftime. Once again, Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, the leadership had their teams prepared coming out of halftime. They weren't lollygagging in there. They weren't doing podcasts at halftime. They weren't taking naps. They were getting ready. They were making adjustments. They were going over the game plan. They were getting galvanized by Michael Jordan, by Phil Jackson. They were staying focused. So they were ready to come out for the second half and jump on teams. That's what really good teams, that's what contenders do. They come out in the third quarter and they jump on you, right? You catch teams lollygagging, right, going through the motions. And that's what happened to the Lakers. There's 2 games in a row now. They come at a halftime. Against the Denver Nuggets, they had a lead. And against the Suns, they were down by 2, but 62-60 at halftime, guys. So once again, showing that no defense is being played. Both teams give up 60 points in the first half. And then it gets worse for the Lakers because in the second half of the game, they proceed to give up 60-plus points again in the second half. And they give up 127 points for the game. The Phoenix Suns hold the Lakers to, 40 points in the second half. 40 points in the second half, guys. They scored 100 points. LeBron James, 5 turnovers. Once again, 3 turnovers in the first half. In the first half, 3 turnovers. 2 turnovers in the third quarter alone. So once again, a sloppy third quarter for LeBron James and the Lakers. This goes to LeBron James' lack of leadership, never having his team prepared coming out of the halftime. Right, but they keep talking about LeBron James, one of the best players in the league. Where's Kenny the Jet Smith at? Where's Kenny Smith at? I want to know what Kenny Jet Smith is to explain LeBron James being the second best player in the league still today. And you guys remember what Kenny Jet Smith said when they tried to give him some pushback. He tried to justify by saying that LeBron James is still one of the only players in the league that can lead his team in all categories statistically. What the hell does that have to do with winning games, Kenny? Winning games. LeBron James can lead his team in all statistics. Yeah, he could do that, and they're not going to win. They're not going to win. See, this is the difference. There's a difference here, right? In between what some of these other guys are doing and what LeBron James is doing, right? So someone like Nikola Jokic, for example, could lead his team in all statistics, and they'll actually win games that way, right? Because he's playing winning basketball. Other players can lead their team in all these statistics, and they could win games doing this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, for example. He can lead his team in all these statistics, and they can win games doing this. Right? He's impacting the game. Why is he doing this? Because of the way he plays the game on both sides of the ball. It impacts the winning. LeBron James can lead his team in all statistics and not win a game. Not even be close. They get blown out. Because LeBron James' stats don't impact the wins. But Kenny Jet Smith won't tell you that. I tell you, these guys should be taken off of TV. They should not be allowed to talk basketball any longer. No one should listen to these guys. And I'm not saying they don't know the game. They're not being honest with you. They don't have any integrity. So it has nothing to do with your basketball acumen or lack of. If you have no integrity, if you refuse to tell the facts, right, and educate the people out there, then you're not worth a damn. Your opinion ain't worth a damn. You have no credibility. For Kenny Smith to say coming into this season that LeBron James is the second best player in the league behind Giannis is laughable at best. I told you that man should have been taken off the air. They should have cut his microphone. He should never be allowed back on. Excuse me, guys. But he promoted LeBron James as second best player in the league. And ESPN, number 7 best player in the league. And more the same last night. No leadership again from JJ. Where's JJ Redick after leadership coming out of halftime? I thought JJ Redick was this genius savant. Where's the halftime adjustments? You see what I'm saying? This is where you get exposed as a head coach. This is where you get exposed as a leader. The leader's supposed to have the team emotionally ready coming out of the half. So like I said, no lollygagging, not, just hanging out in the locker room, just sitting there listening to the iPad or listening to some TikTok videos or, like I said, doing a podcast at halftime. These guys are lollygagging. The leader's supposed to have you guys emotionally ready to come out in the second half and be ready to finish the game strong. And the coach is supposed to have the game plan. He's supposed to make adjustments to see what they're doing, right? So that they can make adjustments in the second half and come out and make the other team adjust to them. JJ Redick's not doing that. Where are the halftime adjustments? They're not a good road team. What are they, 3-5 on the road? And I told you, look who they beat. Look at their 3 wins. They didn't beat nobody. They beat no one on the road. The Utah Jazz, the Phoenix Suns, the Utah Jazz, who else they beat? They beat the Spurs, I think, on the road. They beat the Toronto Raptors on the road. Like, what are we talking about here? I'm not impressed. They're not beating anybody. And we must, once again, confront the elephant in the room here, the free throw discrepancy for the Lakers. Now, it's getting a little strange here, and I know some of you guys have mentioned this to me in the comment section. The personal fouls called in the Lakers' favor. I've talked about this in the past. I've told you guys what? That LeBron James-led teams oftentimes get the benefit of the doubt by having the fouls called in their favor. So what that means that they have less calls against them, but more calls against their opponents. It doesn't necessarily have to add up or amount to free throws at the end, but they're breaking up the momentum of the game, and they're once again forcing teams to sub guys out because they're in foul trouble. They're forcing teams to make adjustments by calling a lot of cheap fouls on the opposition as opposed to the Lakers. And where's the proof of this? The Lakers are the number one team in the league in drawing personal fouls. Number one, guys, they average 26 free throws a game, 26 fouls a game, or is it free throw attempts? I know that they're number one in free throw attempts, guys, and they're number one in personal fouls in their favor. So they're getting all these fouls called, and I believe they're number two in their opponents getting fouls called against them. Number two, guys. So they get the most calls in their favor, right? Which means their opponents getting called for more fouls, and the Lakers rarely get called for any fouls. They're number one, guys, in the league, in the bottom of the league, I should say, I guess is a reverse, as fouls called against them. I believe they average, 16 fouls against them or something like that. So the refs don't call fouls against them, but they're constantly calling fouls on the other team. And like I said, it doesn't always amount to free throws. Maybe they're non-shooting fouls or whatever the case may be. But once again, it breaks up the momentum of the game. It breaks up the momentum of the other team. It forces the coach, right, to make adjustments. It forces the players to make adjustments because they're being called for more fouls more often when they play against the Lakers. They get called for these chinchy fouls. They put other players in foul trouble. Go watch the games, guys. You'll see it all the time. They're constantly calling the other team for these BS fouls, man. This is the Lakers, and last night was more the same. What'd they take? 25 free throws? To the Phoenix Suns shot 10, I believe? I think they shot 10 free throws for the entire game, guys. The second half, I think the Lakers shot 15 free throws. I think the Suns shot 5 in the second half. More the same. They're calling more fouls in the Lakers' favor. The Lakers shoot more free throws, and they still get blown out by 27. All of this help. More fouls called for you. More free throws. Way more free throws for the Lakers. And you still lose by 27. You didn't lose by 5 or 10. You lost by 27 points. A 30-point blowout, essentially. You gave up 127 points back-to-back games. You scored 100 points. Basically, in back-to-back games, he scored 102 against the Nuggets and 100 against the Suns. So, essentially, 2 games in a row, you've been beaten by a combined almost 60 points. 52 points they've been beat by? That's insane in 2 games. No defense being played by LeBron James and the Lakers because he can't galvanize them on defense. How is J.J. Redick going to coach defense? He don't play defense. He never played defense. What does he know about defense? These guys are a joke. So what are you going to do? You going to blame Anthony Davis? Oh, it's Anthony Davis' fault. Anthony Davis. No, LeBron James is the second best player in the league. LeBron James is ranked ahead of Anthony Davis. He's clearly better than Anthony Davis. You can't blame Anthony Davis. You can't blame D'Angelo Russell. You can't blame the role players. Who blames bench guys for the lack of team success? Only LeBron James fans will blame the bench guys. They'll blame Cam Reddish. Oh, it's Cam Reddish's fault. They need something from Cam Reddish. What? No, they need LeBron James to play defense. They need LeBron James to get back on D. They need LeBron James to rebound, to hustle on the rebounds. They need LeBron James to be a true leader, to earn that money he's making. You want to be that guy, you got to earn that status, man. You can't just lollygag and go through the motions. Once again, why are you playing, LeBron James? Supposed to be a competitor. Supposed to be playing to win. So again, guys, the Lakers have a free throw advantage, a personal foul advantage. All this in their favor, still get blown by 27 points. Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal come back from injury right in time to play the Lakers. Mess the Lakers all up. More the same from LeBron James. No leadership. No defense out there. Out there shot chucking, not playing no D. Even though they tried to give the Lakers all these free throws in the fourth quarter. What they shoot? 10, 15 free throws in the fourth quarter? I think the Suns shot 2, 3. Second half destroyed the Lakers again. Not being prepared coming out of halftime. No adjustments from J.J. Redick. It's more the same. The Lakers are not a contender. And think about it. There aren't really any great teams in the NBA. When was the last great team, guys? Think about it. When was the last great team? People keep telling me the Boston Celtics last year, they're one of the all-time great teams. I don't believe the Boston Celtics are an all-time great team. They might be a great team in this era over the last 5 years. But what have been the great teams, guys, over the last 10 seasons? The great teams, all-time great. The Warriors, you're going to tell me the Warriors of 2016? The Warriors of 2017 with Kevin Durant, the all-time great Warriors? I'm not a believer in that. I don't believe the 2017 Warriors are that great. I really don't. That's just me, guys. I do not believe they're a top 3, top 5 team all time. Give me other superstars leading their teams over that team, man. I'm just not a believer in Kevin Durant, man. So if Kevin Durant's on your team, not a believer. Draymond Green, not a believer, man. I like Steph Curry, and I respect Steph Curry, man. He's an all-time great player, but once again, not a believer in these guys as far as them being like the all-time greatest teams of all time. Where are the great teams at? Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets beat the 2022 Miami Heat. Not impressed. Once again, who did the Celtics beat last year? Or the 2023, I think it was. They won, right? 2023 Miami Heat. Who did the Celtics beat last year? They beat nobody en route to the championship, which is why I don't understand everyone's pumping them up. Oh, those are the greatest team of all, one of the great teams of all time. They beat literally nobody. Every team that they played, the star player was injured, either missed the entire series or missed several games. It's just the way it went for the Celtics, man. They didn't beat anybody. The Denver Nuggets didn't beat a 50-win team on their way to that championship. Not one single 50-win team on route to the championship in 2023. Same thing with the Warriors. Who did the Warriors beat in 2022? Are there any great teams? The 2021 Milwaukee Bucks beat the Phoenix Suns with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. And didn't they have a 2-0 lead? I'm not impressed with these teams, man. Where are the great teams? There are no great teams. But yet still, LeBron James and the Lakers can't win any games, man. They can't be consistent, and they're not a contender. They haven't beaten a team worth a damn without getting a significant free throw advantage. They had a significant free throw advantage last night and still got blown off the court. Because the Lakers can't play defense and they can't rebound. And LeBron James out there still doing the same thing, not playing any defense and turning the ball over. So he had 5 turnovers again. Think about it. He had 6 turnovers against the Nuggets, 5 turnovers last night. So in the last 2 games, your team has been beat down by 52 points. The second half, they've been outscored handily in the second half, like some crazy amount of points. But not only that, LeBron James has 11 turnovers in 2 games. So you're almost averaging 6 turnovers a game the last 2 games. In your 22nd season, where is the overall development from LeBron James? How will you still turn the ball over like this? I don't get it. I mean, my goodness, you still stumbling and bumbling, still throwing terrible passes, still can't dribble. Still ain't playing no defense. Still ain't got no leadership. But they going to make more excuses. And once again, you want to blame J.J. Redick? Where are the adjustments from J.J. Redick at halftime? Where's J.J. Redick galvanizing the team? Where's LeBron James taking responsibility as a top 10 player in the league still, as the best player in the Lakers? You guys know the deal. These are the facts, man. The Lakers are an absolute joke. LeBron James is a joke. The teams that he leads are a joke. You got one of the top players in the league, Anthony Davis, who's an MVP candidate. And here goes LeBron James, still goofing it up, still taking all these shots. This guy should be giving Anthony Davis a ball every time down the court, man. He should be forcing Anthony Davis to take 20, 21, 22 shots a game. Force him to do that. He don't do that. Over there shooting 17, 18 shots a game, dribbling the ball all over the place, still turning the ball over. Not playing no defense. Not taking no ownership. You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts, man. The Lakers, once again, they lose 3 games in a row. 3rd game in a row they lost. Michael Jordan didn't lose 3 games in a row in the entire 90s. In the 90s, didn't lose 3 games in a row. Then here goes LeBron James again, losing 3 games. Every year these guys lose 3, 4, 5, 6 games in a row. Always. Inconsistency. When you don't lose 3 games in a row, as long as Michael Jordan and the Bulls didn't, that's called consistency, guys. That's called being consistently great. Having your team held to a standard and going out there and competing. Giving the effort, not load managing, not ducking out in the smoke, not walking around on D, taking practice seriously. Building your teammates up, giving them the confidence to go out there, man. That's not LeBron James, man. 3rd game in a row. This is the Lakers. So remember, the Lakers started off 3-0. And since then, they've been what? 7-7, I think? 500. Once again, mediocre, inconsistent. And on the road, I believe they're 3-5. And like I said, the 3 wins they have, no one's impressed with those wins. They could easily be 1-7 on the road, easily, or be 0-8 on the road, easily. They had a plus 28 against Toronto, and still only won by what, 4 points they won that game by? Absolute joke, man. So go look how many personal fouls the Lakers get called against them versus how many get called against their opponent. Don't just focus on the free throws, and then look how many free throws attempts a game they get versus their opponent. Number 1 in free throw attempts a game, guys, the Los Angeles Lakers. They're the number 1 team in fouls called against them. The least amount of fouls called against the Lakers, guys. The least amount. Last night, LeBron James, 0 fouls again. 0 fouls. The man played, 35 minutes again? 0 fouls for LeBron James. This man will play an entire game, 35, 40 minutes, no fouls called against him. You'll get no fouls. Once again, LeBron James ain't playing defense, so you can't create fouls. They won't call offensive fouls on LeBron James. He's not hustling, banging, and pushing people around down there. 0 fouls again. This is the more the same. This is why this man still hasn't passed Michael Jordan in fouls. This is why he averages only, 1.4 fouls a game for his career? It's an absolute joke. 1.5 fouls a game for your career. No effort out there. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.